Hi guys, Rob here. I'm trying something a little different here. This will be my mini review slash first impressions of Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope on the Nintendo Switch. This review will be split up into 3 segments: graphical style, story so far, and gameplay. And each segment will have a rating of 1 to 5. So without any more delay, let's dive in. Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope looks just as good, if not better, than its predecessor. While it keeps the same plasticky, smoother art style, there is noticeable improvements in the textures and the character models, making the world look sharper and smoothing off some of the rougher edges of the original. And on a personal note, I love the nice, clean look of the more cartoony art style. I think it really lends itself to the wacky turn-based gameplay. Though I can also see why others may find it a little cheap feeling and craving more of a Mario Odyssey style. But for me, it works and it looks great. So for this section, I'll be giving the game 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, so next up is story. So as it says in the title, this is partly a first impression, so I haven't completed the entire game yet, but I am about 5 hours in, so without spoiling much, here's a very brief summary of the plot so far. You find out an intergalactic being named Cursor is hunting down rabid Lumas, also known as Sparks, to harness their power for her evil schemes. You are quickly thrown into the action after Rabid Peach is transported to another dimension, which acts as a tutorial section. And can I just say, these cutscenes are awesome. Ubisoft really did a good job with these. I mean, just look at this. Anyway, after that, you're rescued by your allies and head off to save the Sparks, hopping between worlds, each with their own theme. But of course, it's not just the plot that matters, it's also the characters you meet along the way, which Ubisoft also has you covered with. This game has a ton of lovable and funny side characters scattered throughout the worlds. They may not have as much depth as the cast of something like Red Dead Redemption 2 or Spider-Man PS4, but their expressive animation and funny one-liners really make for a fun and enjoyable experience. So again, I'm rating the story 4 out of 5, as I believe the world and story is pretty good for a Mario game. And finally, we have gameplay, and I believe this is a big step up from the original, both in and out of battle. While the original had a more linear world and path to follow, going from battle to battle with the occasional slide and switch puzzle thrown in, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope offers a mini sandbox approach in the sense that each world is free to explore with a variety of side activities, awarding you with a special coin that can only be spent in each of the worlds to unlock weapon skins and more. You also have treasures to find by solving your classic block and switch puzzle or by collecting red and green coins. Speaking of which, coins can now be used to buy power-ups like power blocks that damage enemies, or the Mega Mushroom to restore health in battle, or use the coins outside of battle to heal your entire team. Then of course you have the changes to the classic turn-based strategy gameplay. For starters, gone is that old grid-based movement system in exchange for a similar real-time strategy approach, allowing you to move anyone multiple times throughout the turn. As you can see, this allows for more freedom of movement and allows more options when fighting. And that's not all that's changed. The dash ability now allows you to strike multiple targets at once as long as they're close to each other, allowing you to deal more damage to more targets each turn. Then we have the team jump. It works almost the same as it did in Kingdom Battle, however, instead of having a set amount of tiles you can land, Beepo now allows you to glide in the air for a few seconds, allowing you to go anywhere you're able to glide throughout the short time you're gliding, giving you even more movement range. Then, on top of all of that, we have each character and their different weapons and abilities, some of which are basically the same as the first game, but some are different. For example, Peach's ability now blocks all damage to all allies in range, instead of just splitting the damage between them. Then there's the introduction of spark abilities that can do anything from add fire damage to reflecting damage back on the opponents, and so much more. And better yet, they're all interchangeable between all the characters. The list of improvements just keeps going on and on, but alas, I think I'm going to stop there for this mini review and finish off by saying I'm going to give Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hopes a 5 out of 5 for gameplay. So in summary, this is the score for each section. A 4 out of 5 for graphical style, a 4 out of 5 for story, and a 5 out of 5 for gameplay. I hope this video has been helpful to anyone who may have been on the fence about picking this game up, and to anyone who's played it, what do you think? Do you agree? Disagree? Think I'm being too generous with my ranking? If so, make sure to let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to help this channel grow. But either way, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!